Hi, welcome to TwoSecondsWatch.com. This is going to be one of the few videos that we are going to be starting to post on our channel to talk about the watches that we have in store so that you can have a little bit more of a close-up and see the condition of the watch, and also we'll give you the pros and cons and also how we find this watch in general and one kind of buyers that is looking for this type of watches as well. So here we have today a Breitling Colt automatic GMT model. Now this is a watch that has been discontinued by Breitling. It is now, I believe, called the Avenger series, but back then they had this Colt series, which was their entry model Breitling watches. Now, some history about Breitling, if you are not aware of it still, Breitling is still one of the few independently owned watchmaking companies, I believe, and currently they still make very nice military inspired type watches. I believe that when they first started out, Breitling watches were always well known for their military inspiration. And I remember, like 10-20 years ago, they used to advertise and how they are pilots watches as well, including aviation type watches. So if you can see here, I'll just try to focus the zoom here. You can see this specific model. It's not really an aviation piece, but it is more of a GMT slash go anywhere, do anything kind of watch. There are some aviation inspirations, and of course, one of the very unique things is how the bezel looks like over here. So I'm gonna talk a bit about the watches and what I like about it. Maybe I'll just describe it for you first so that hopefully you can see how the watch is and make your own judgments as well. So let's talk about the dial. Now, what I like about this dial over here is they have this wonderful like a not to say a sunburst finish, but if you look really closely, you can see there are some circles going around that radiates from the center all the way to the outside. I'm trying to try to bring this in to see if it's a close-up and you can actually see and if it focuses on it as well. It has this radial kind of finish on it that you can see in the light, so, and how it reflects as well. So it's a very brilliant blue. It's not your usual kind of dark blue, but a very brilliant kind of blue. And against the red, seconds tip hand, including the red GMT hand, it is actually a very wonderful piece to have in the collection. Now, and the other thing I like about this watch is if you have a look at it, okay, if you have a look at this watch, you look at how the bezel, look at the bezel, okay, it's got the iconic Colt kind of four parts, which is a bit raised. These parts here are all brushed, okay, and over here there is a little part of inner outer track that actually is high polish, including the sides, so it gives just enough of that special play of the light that you can see it, and if you turn here, you can see here, you see this part here, it actually moves together on top of this what you call this high polish kind of part of the bezel. So I think this is what makes the Breitling Colt special as well. As you turn it, it has a wonderful sound, and of course it's a unidirectional bezel. So it's got a 60-minute bezel here, and the wonderful thing about this watch is also, if you look at how the dial is right now, you can see that it has a highly polished Arabic numerals around 12, 1, 2, 3, all the way, except number 3, which is a date window. And the date window is even finished very well. So all these things, if you bring them together, of course there's lume as well. If you look at the corners here, there are lumes at all the edges and also on the hands and also on the seconds tip. So what this does is, I mean, if this watch has just been high polished or highly brushed, you will not see the wonderful finishing and together with the dial and the Arabic numerals, you can see the wonderful play of light. So when it catches the light, you really do see how special this watch is. It's a little hard to see in pictures, but probably in the video, you would be able to see a bit more of how it plays in the light and how it works. So I've got it here on one of our NATO straps that matches the blue as well. So you can see how it wears very casual. And the wonderful thing about this is, if you look carefully over here, you will notice that it's high polish, but it isn't very, very thick. So the thickness here is actually quite slim for a dive watch. And well, it's not even really a dive watch, but look at the depth rating, man. It says 500 meters. It's a 500 meter depth rating watch, so it really can do anything. I mean, if you take it on a holiday, which is a GMT watch, tells you 2 time zones. You can use a timer, the bezel as a timer, and you can tell a second time zone, and you can even take this for a swim. Seriously, not a problem at all. And it's also chronometer certified. Yeah. So look at the over here. You can see the finishing and also the what do you call this? The crown is finished in the wonderful Breitling logo as well. Okay, so yeah, you know, it is one of those watches that, you know, has enough high polish all around, but at the same time, with this brush finished here and the radial kind of dial, blue dial, you can see something that's a little more interesting about this watch, which is what I really, really like about the watch. So it can be dressed up, it can be dressed down. So let me just show you what it comes in, because I have it here on the aftermarket NATO strap. Okay, I put it down. You can see right here, this is the bracelet. Okay, of course, it's high polish all around, but what's very interesting is how you know, you can see the little slants. Okay, it slants a little on this side, and of course, oh yeah, it's fingerprint magnet for sure. But when you actually do wear it, it does look very good in the whole. A very solid clasp. Okay, a finish in a very high quality as well. You can see over here. Okay, so this is a wonderful bracelet. Of course, this will come with a watch as well. Yeah, so I'll just put it back there so you can see. And of course, these are the end links. Okay, they are solid end links as well that you can put to the watch. Extra links come with a watch as well, so it's good to size on the bracelet. Now, this particular model, let me just show you the case back. Yep. So this is the case back over here. Let's get a bit of white on it. Yeah. So this is the case back over here. So you can see the watch. Okay, that's the case back. So this is the model number, the A32350, which is a GMT model. Okay. I believe the movement is a highly modified ETA movement with the GMT module on it. Nothing wrong with that. I think you know, lately watch enthusiasts or people are not so concerned, or not as concerned with in-house manufactured movements anymore. Actually, some of these movements are much easier to maintain, much easier to service. I have no problems with the movement in this watch, because that means anyone can service it and it shouldn't cost too much. Sometimes in-house movements don't always mean that it is a better movement, actually, honestly. And sometimes with in-house movements, it's a little more complicated, and therefore you have to send it back to Breitling itself to fix it if you want to. But of course, this one, you know, you can get it serviced in any watchmaker. It's a very easy movement to service as well. So of course, you know, on our website, we even put the exact movement, the Breitling movement that you want to, so you can always find all the details on our website at TwoSecondsWatch.com. We have all the details there. Yeah. So yeah, that's how the watch is, and I'm gonna show you a bit on what is in the package as well. So I'll just put the watch over here. So we have this, of course. This is where the original watch was bought from Japan. This is, as you can see, the manuals. I mean, they make really wonderful kind of manuals. If you put it, this is actually for the maintenance service. It tells you exactly how they do the servicing, how to do the maintenance servicing. I think if you overhaul it as well, and what kind of work that goes into it, is the after service booklet. So this is the original box. Of course, being an older watch, this is still in very wonderful condition, the outer box. This is the inner box. Okay, let me just show you what's in here. Okay, I'll just show you the inner box. Of course, you know, this is all worn out already. It's been many years. That's why I didn't put the watch inside to do the unboxing, okay? But we'll give you the original box as well, should you want it. Yeah, and very special box as well. They're very solid, okay? And they even talk about the presentation case in Bakelite, which is a resin kind of thing for what it's worth. Okay, over here. And you can see this is where the manual is. Oh, sorry, this is where the, let's have a look, the international warranty and the manual. So we have the original. So this is a full collector's edition. Everything is here. The original manual, okay, it's all here. So if you're looking for a watch that you want to collect, the original manual is here. And you have the original international warranty that was purchased from an authorized distributor. This is the authorized distributor from Japan. Reference number, serial number, purchased in 2009, 28th of May. Okay, and of course this is the original warranty card. They're all here. So that's what I meant by it being a very full collector's set. Everything as per a new watch. I mean, if you're collecting watches like this to keep, you're buying a watch to keep, I mean, it's nice to have all the boxes and papers. I always like to have the boxes and papers. Okay, and of course the watch is in fantastic condition as well. And they have this little club Breitling. I'm not too sure what it is, but yeah, I'm not very sure what this is in Japanese. But apparently there's some kind of a loyalty club program that of course is being, I'm not sure what they do with it, but I believe it's some extra features that they had, with the watch, which of course the card's not here anymore, but you still get this thing here. And of course the chronometer certificate, that this movement is certified chronometer as well. So you can actually see it here, and the number all matches up as well. So this is the chronometer certificate, which is together with this Club Breitling. I mean, it's nice to have all these things as a collector's edition. And sometimes when you get watches and you get them pre-owned, you want to fit, they are more collectible if they are, in a full set as well. And of course, most importantly, all the links are here. Yeah. Okay, so that's what's in the box. So that's what the watch comes with. Let's go back to the watch over here. Let me just show you how you would use the watch as well if you are selling the watch. So it's got hacking. Of course, it's a screw down crown. It's a screw down crown, as you can see here. And of course, hacking. Right, hacking to turn the time. And also, if you want to move the GMT hand, you can push it into the inside position. Okay, of course you can wind. This is winding the watch as well. It has a very wonderful, of course I don't think you can hear it right here, but it has a very wonderful winding sound. Let me see if I can give you some of that sound here. Okay, and yeah, so that's a winding sound movement. Hacking seconds as well. So if you want to move the GMT hand, you just put it out one side, still moving, and if you turn it downwards, it will change the date. Okay, quick set date. And if you turn the other way, you move the GMT hand forward. Okay, of course, you can't move the GMT hand backward. You can only move it forward like this. So if you are going to a different time zone, example, or you want to keep track of a different time zone, you would select the actual time in that time zone. And of course, it's a 24-hour GMT. So for example, let's say it's 10 o'clock now, and the time zone somewhere else is 8 o'clock. We will leave it this way. And there you have it. And of course, if you are changing it as well, you can change the time, which will move the GMT hand and it will hack as well. Okay, so this is how the watch is. It's a screw down crown. So yeah, and of course, as I mentioned before, wonderful bezel movement. I don't know if you can hear it through the camera. I will try to bring it close. Okay, so maybe you can hear that as well. Okay, so let's put it on the wrist. So it's not very overly large, and one thing I like about this Breitling watch specifically is it fits very well on a majority of size of wrists, including small wrists. Like I have a 6-inch wrist, okay, but it will fit well even on a 7-inch wrist, Of course, it is 41, I believe 41 millimeters of the case size, and of course lug to lug is quite a good, I'm not sure, maybe 47 as well on the lug to lug. Yeah, so let's put it on the wrist. Of course on the NATO it wears quite light. Let me put it on the wrist and show you how it looks like. Yeah, so this is how it looks like on the NATO strap. Okay, very, very nice, very, very comfortable. It's enough space, and you can see it does not overpower the wrist at all, but at the same time, it will wear well for bigger wrists too. So wonderful watch. I hope you enjoyed this video. Okay, let me just show you a few more wrist shots of the watch. So you can purchase this watch. You can also email us, okay, at TwoSecondsWatch.com. Just check it out, our website, on the link, which we will link here. And you can always check out the other watches that we have on sale as well. So yeah, you can wear this for anything, any occasion, wears beautifully. If you put it on the leather strap, you can dress it up as well. So it is a very, very versatile watch, and at a very great price. I believe when these came out retail prices were quite high, so now you can get it at a discount. And in this condition, seriously, you'll be getting a good deal. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and subscribe to the channel if you want to continue to see videos like this, and of course leave any comments below. I'll try my best to answer it, as this is our first video. We thank you for your support. You can feel free to subscribe, and we'll give you updates. And remember to hit the bell icon as well, so that YouTube will give you updates on all the latest watches that we have in store. Thanks. Bye.